Hey Soup, welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always. And today we're going to be talking about the top arena defenses and why they work. I haven't done a video like this in a very long time, but boy, do I have a treat for y'all. Okay, so we have KnightlyGaming here, also a fellow YouTuber who has finished G3 now, I think 2 times now. So he's really, been doing great. Definitely shout out to KnightlyGaming. You guys can check his channel out. He has a lot of subscribers, a lot of content. Check him out. He's doing good. Okay, but this is his defense. So this is pretty much what he actually runs during rush hour. He has a Chiwu, a Apparel, a Ritesh, and an Amudat. The Amudat is like this new upcoming monster that people have been using since it got the buff that it like reduces the enemy's attack bar, etc., and increases its own attack bar anytime the enemy gets a turn. So what I'm going to be doing is fighting KnightlyGaming. We also have another surprised guest that I will be fighting as well, but for this one I'm going to fight it, and then I will go to KnightlyGaming's island and then actually show you guys the runes, the setup, and things like that. So when you're fighting against Amudat, I just want to tell you guys the easiest way to beat it, because people seem to be having a lot of trouble with it, and I am here to tell you that it's extremely easy to beat Amudat. Okay, so here it is. So basically what my strategy is, and I typically don't like to give away such a big secret of mine. However, I am giving this one away because it is what it is. Amudat is not that strong. Okay, so what's gonna happen is he has his whole team speed tuned, so that way, Chiwu goes before Amudat. Amudat's gonna stun my team, and then Ritesh goes after that, and then this one's here to just kind of keep everybody healed up. That's the goal. It's supposed to, kind of break in between your bombers, break in between your Lucians. You can't Lucian this. You're probably not going to be able to bomb it. And really, you're not going to be able to slow cleave it. So what do you really do? Well, you need to get something that can offset that balance. So what my strategy behind this is that my Bernard goes first. His Amudat goes second because it boosted his attack power, or his attack bar rather, and it goes into a full will team with the exception of Bernard. But Bernard doesn't care because he already went, he already did his thing, he's good to go, he's done. And however, if say my team is still faster and I get my Galleon off, then Amudat goes after Galleon and may stun Galleon, reduce his attack bar, and my Bernard reduce stun. So worst case scenario, both these two monsters have their shit stunned and their attack bar reduced. Okay, but that's okay because Galleon already got his skill off, and then Zeros and Tosi can go in and kind of clean up. Most of the time I should be able to kill Chiwu, Amudat, and Ritesh, and just leave Apparel to clean up after that. So that's the idea. Of course, things can go wrong, such as Galleon misses everything, some people resist, and that's about it though. Other than that, it's pretty much an easy peasy win. And it works on all of these comps as well. I was fighting Fwa in the arena. He has something very similar. I was fighting Scat Fetus. I was fighting a bunch of other players that have the same setup, and it just basically is super simple. So as you can see, one, and reduce the attack bar. Didn't even proc in between my monsters though, and that's it. Like, you just auto the rest of the way. So wing bang boom, there's really nothing that's gonna happen, and KnightlyGaming is dead. Took what, 5 seconds? 5 seconds, 3 seconds, I don't know, something like that. But anyway, that's a weird, I don't know what's going on there. He's level 0. I've never seen that happen before in my life, but that was KnightlyGaming. Oh, probably because he fell off my list by the time I hit him. Anyway, moving on. I saw JewBagel. Yes, that is the new surprise guest. But let's go to KnightlyGaming's island, like we said we are gonna do before we get into JewBagel. So stay tuned for JewBagel. So let's see. He's on my friends list here. Let's visit. Ooh, big 1756. He is up there in G3 range. Like I said, he's gotten G3 2 whole times now, so definitely keep it up, Knightly. And alright, so what did he have? He had the Chiwu leader, like pretty decent speed, right? You're not gonna get much better than that. You're also not gonna get much better crit rate or crit damage, and pretty good defense, pretty good HP. Like, that's really good, you know. Revenge, so that way he procs his sleep more, things like that. Especially with the buff coming to Chiwu as well. He's gonna have a 20% chance to sleep, which is gonna be 25% now. So it's gonna be really nice. Do I think Chiwu needed a buff in this last patch? Absolutely not. Do I think Water Fairy King needed a debuff or a nerf? Absolutely. Do I think that Wind Panda deserved it just as much as Water Fairy King? Absolutely, and he got what he deserved. With that being said, I'm not salty, I'm just saying how it is. Do I think Chiwu needed a buff? No. But he just kind of reaped the benefits of having all the other pioneers buffed at the same time. But as you can see, speed 42, whatever, some nice HP, crit damage HP. You know, nothing too crazy, but like I said, it's not bad. You don't need the craziest stats on Chiwu. The speed's the main thing, which he has. And then let's go over to, what was the second monster? Ariel. So Ariel, like the Little Mermaid, he is 102, lots and lots of HP. I'm guessing it's HP, HP, HP. Nemesis, Violent. Oh, he's actually got speed. He's got speed, HP, HP. Okay, but he's got some really good HP subs. So instead of going HP slot 2 and having a whole bunch of really, really fast speed subs, he went speed slot 2 with a bunch of really, really high HP subs, which is also a very, very good thing to do if you don't have a lot of good speed subs, but you have a lot of HP subs. It's just switching off which one you can actually do with the sub stats is the best option, okay? So as you can see, he's got speed, HP, defense on all of his things, and not bad, right? The only thing that I would say is lacking just a little bit is the resistance. As far as Ariel is concerned, with my Zeros, you want to make sure that he's resisting the Zeros, but even with him not resisting, it was game over anyway because he's not fast enough currently to actually proc Nemesis, and the fact that he has so much HP, he's not going to proc Nemesis either because he didn't lose enough HP to actually gain his attack bar up enough because Zeros crit him even. My Zeros crit his Ariel and did massive damage to it. With the speed leader of Chiwu, the 24% speed leader, that Ariel should be procking in between, but he's not, he didn't, and even if he did at that point, he didn't have enough resistance to resist the Zeros. So in this case, you don't even need Zeros, you just need something that's gonna put some damage on it and then have your team speed tuned enough, that way you can have your next person go right behind it and not get interrupted, like mine, okay? And let's see, what else did he have? He had a Ratesh, a nice Ratesh. Very OP monster, throws down a lot of damage and was very, very tanky. He doesn't have a lot of speed, but that's okay because he has the Chiwu leader and lots of HP, nice crit rate, nice crit damage. Overall, a very well built Ratesh. But did we even get to see it move? No, unfortunately. So HP with crit, what is this? Yeah, the Blade Rune with Violent. Pretty much needed on Violent. The other ones can be whatever you want. And really just want to just maximize the HP, the crit damage, the crit rate, and the speed. That's really all it is when you're talking about Ratesh. So again, like I said, not a bad rune Ratesh. You'd think that would be a very, very, tough thing to handle. But in the end, you saw how it was countered. Okay, here's Almudot. Almudot's put on Will, which is very smart, I think, because if you're gonna be using like a Leo team, it could be something that you want to look into because if the Leo, if a team fights you with Leo, and they're trying to reduce your attack gauge so that way their team can get off their whole, you know, like say Bernard, Lucian, then they can't do it because they're gonna get cut in between because the Amidot's gonna go right after the Leo and they're not gonna get to go. So very smart move there, but you know, it doesn't even matter because it's just it counters itself. Like I said, it counters itself because it puts itself to go before the buff stripper went. It wanted to, so in order for Amidot to be effective, it has to be going against the team that is cleansed, so that way there's no will stopping your debuff, which is the 25% attack bar, or no, I'm sorry, this one, which is the decreasing 30% of their attack bar. Okay? This is his main thing. If he doesn't have somebody to strip for him, he's useless. He really is. Unless somebody fights into this type of defense with a Tiana and strips themselves, which is stupid. Why use Tiana? Just use Bernard. So that way you still have your will on the monsters that you need. Okay? Anyway, enough ranting. His Amidot, again, is built very well. It's, you know, maybe a little bit lacking on the HP, but it makes up for it in speed and accuracy and defense. Of course, you want some high accuracy so that way he lands his skills. But of course, it doesn't matter if he doesn't land his skills because if the stripper goes after him, it's not going to do anything anyway. Okay. I mean, if the stripper goes after him, it's not going to do anything anyway. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about JewBagel. Let us see how JewBagel does his defense. I honestly haven't fought. Oh god. Okay, I haven't fought JewBagel in a very long time. He doesn't really show up on my list too often, and when he does, I just give him a hello, love tap, and move on. So JewBagel. Again, I'm not sure what he uses during Rush because I don't see him during Rush, unfortunately. If you guys don't know who JewBagel is, though, it's just the friend of gamer. He is the top subscribed Summer's War YouTuber with something like 105, 108,000 subscribers. I don't know what he's at now, but he's constantly growing, and I think it's great what he does for the community. So definitely, if you guys don't know him, check him out. I'm sure you do know. I'm sure. I mean, if you're watching my video, you know who JewBagel is. Okay. Anyway, so. Is this his real defense? Is this a troll Like, I don't know. Does he actually try an arena? Does he not try an arena? Like I said, I don't know. But based off of this defense that I see right here, I don't see any threat to it whatsoever. So, like, what's gonna happen? If the worst case scenario is that Bernard goes, they outspeed my team, and then Chiwu goes, removes Will from all of my monsters, and then Vanessa goes, it removes Will, and then also stuns, quadruple stuns my team. Worst case scenario, okay? And then Vanessa is gonna go after, I'll probably use this team against it. Vanessa will go after my Lagmaron. Or actually, just to make sure that it's a safe team, I'm gonna put in Chaesoon. So that way, even if everything goes absolutely wrong and everything happens against my favor, Chiwu stuns all four of them. That way, Vanessa goes after this one, Chaesoon, puts the defense break on, and then Ariel either goes against the Chaesoon or it hits my Galleon, and then I wait for all the turns to re-up again. This one will go after Galleon, this one will go after Galleon, this one will go after Chaesoon again, and this one will go after Chaesoon. And it's like, that's okay, so I just wait for the turn to go again, and then I just use my combo when it gets there. There's nothing reducing my attack bar that's gonna mess up my combo. There's nothing that's gonna kill me that I'm really worried about getting killed from, and really there's just what I'm trying to say is there's no threat to it. Unfortunately, there's no threat, and there's not even that much sustain to it either, with just Ariel being a single target healer, and a little bit of sustain from Chiwu with his third skill, a little bit of sustain from Vanessa from his third skill, but it's really, really lackluster sustain. So like, what is this comp trying to accomplish? It's a speed team. It's not a stall team. It's not a it's a speed team, but it's like speed, mid-range, semi-stall with no threat. That's basically what it comes down to. So what I would rather see JewBagel run is Chiwu leader with some other stuff. Unfortunately, he's not on my like friends list, so I can't like offer up an idea for JewBagel. But JewBagel, if you watch this, you can always email me and I will help you out. I would love to see you in top ranked arena much more often. And I mean, based on just having a Chiwu, we can figure something out for you, man. I promise we can do it. But this right here, watch me go ahead and lose to it somehow. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we can do better. That's what I'm saying. We can do better, Mr. JewBagel, sir. Okay. So really, I mean, now what, right? Now what do we do? Alright, so we just Galleon. Okay, so I missed. Like, that's bad, okay? You know, I might lose this. I might lose this now. Okay, so he resisted, so he's gonna actually revive the Bernard because I'm not gonna kill the the Eladriel. I'm not gonna kill the Eladriel, so it's gonna revive the Bernard. This one got reset. Let's go ahead and buff attack boost there. We're gonna go hit the Bernard over there. But you see what I mean? It's just it doesn't scare you. It just doesn't scare you from not wanting to attack this defense, because even if everything goes right for him, if everything went right, it still wouldn't have won because it has no win condition. So when you guys are creating your arena defenses, make sure that you have a plan. If you just put in all of your Nat 5 monsters, that might work during like Conqueror 1, Conqueror 2, but once you get up to Conqueror 3 and want to push into Guardian, Guardian 2, Guardian 3 into Legend, you have to have a plan. You have to know exactly what you want your arena defense to do, and they have to be able to execute it. So artificial intelligence plays a huge role into that, because if they can't execute it, 9 times out of 10, they're probably gonna lose unless you're doing like a mid-range comp where they have some like heals or sustain, where if things go completely wrong, they can still recover from it. So just make sure, that's just what I want you guys to get out of this, is have a set plan for your arena defense. So just to kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm running right now, which is, I mean, clearly doing decently. I don't know if you saw earlier, but JMK hit me. He's a G3 player. Didn't beat Hypnotic Nick. He has probably a really good AO that he uses that, I mean, it's hard to counter anyway. It's a Sierra Tiana bomb combination, I believe. Let's see who else we got. Water Oracle, please. I'm pretty sure he's a higher end player for the most part. But what I use right now is just this. It's a weekday defense. It's Vanessa, Juno, Zeros, this guy, Orion. So basically what happens is Orion boosts my team up, so Juno can go. Juno's gonna remove everybody's buffs, and then Zeros is gonna come in, flame breath everybody, and then Vanessa's just there to make sure that my Orion goes first and can't get single Lucianed. So my Orion, being the speed that he is 276. So 276 plus 33 276, 80, let's say 80 plus 30 is 310 speed is what he's pushing. So it forces people to use a speed leader against me, so they can't just come in and Lucian or go Bernard first without a speed leader. Bernard, Lucian, Megan, or Seek or something like that. And then I'll also have Will on my or Ryan, so that way Leo comps can't come in and reduce my attack bar. I also have Will on Zeros. Also, this is what I changed my Zeros to, so that way he has more accuracy in this Water Fairy King meta, because again, Water Fairy King is completely taking over G3 Arena. It is ridiculously OP, and it really deserved a nerf in the previous balancing, skill balances, way more so than Wind Panda deserved it. Wind Panda is really good for Guild Wars, like ungodly good for Guild Wars where it's not even fair, and then Water Fairy King is ungodly good in Arena where it's not even fair. So if one got nerfed, both of them should have got nerfed. And I feel like maybe I personally have met a few Comptuous employees, mainly Comptuous Dude, also a few others, Desperado, while I was at the Comptuous headquarters, and they are Conqueror players. They're Conqueror players, they play Guild Wars, so they, I'm not sure if all of Comptuous employees are in that range, but my guess is that that's where they get their information from of who needs to be nerfed. And if they're playing against stall comps and bruiser comps in Conqueror 2, they, of course, they would think that, okay, this Wind Panda guy definitely needs to be nerfed. However, if they were to, get up to the G3 area or the top 10 area, they would understand how broken Water Fairy King is. And I know there's a couple employees of Comptuous that watch my channel, so this is just a plea to you guys that it needs to be bubbled up. It's a broken character right now. It's basically Vanessa, Zeros, and Perna all in one monster, and it's broken. If there's never any fix to it, fine. I mean, of course, I'm still gonna play the game. I'm not that salty about it. I've just gotta figure out a way around it. Which my counter to it was my Zeros with adding more accuracy based on these two runes, and then taking it off Violent, because it doesn't matter if I kill it, if I don't land my debuff on it, I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't need to be Violent. That's just my opinion. So anyway, enough ranting about Water Fairy King. Hopefully you guys like this, hitting some of your guys' favorite YouTubers and seeing how their defenses perform, whether they're the top defenses or not. that's up for you guys to decide. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And of course, in about 2 seconds, you'll see a link to the previous top arena defenses video, and you guys can click on that if you want to see it. Anyway, stay soupy, don't be potatoes, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because really, why not? I also infest other areas of the internet like Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, but the best place to ask me a question or just to tell me how much you hate me would be during my live stream every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you guys there, and as always, stay soupy and don't be potatoes. Please pause it, turn it off. I don't know, like give me 10 minutes, please. Thank you. Shit. Okay, I'm starting now.